What's up, guys? C4 back at it again. That's all of this is nasty.
What you mean? What you mean?
I hate Dragon Links. I just want to put that out there before this video gets started. I love the concept of the deck. I like what it does, but I hate that it's still formatted because Konami is not going to start printing dragons. Either way, we got our boy.
Go bird.
They do.
Beasties
They be
go
brazy. They be brazy.
Hey, bro, let them know what you want.
All right, man. So I got a 60 card Bestial
Now I hate it even more.
Dragon Link pile, 60 card pile.
Keep
for
grass
sure.
banned.
for sure, dog. But so yeah, I reckon we'll just get into it. So playing 3 of the big boy, triple Lubellion. These are 1 card starter. Definitely what you want to see in the opening grip, but there's a bunch of ways to it, and you'll see that through here. Triple Sarner. People used to think that this was the worst one in this deck specifically. It's another way to Lubellion, and it's just another interruption when it comes to like light and dark decks. Probably the best one aside from Lubellion as a starter. This is a great interrupter, but also it can get your plays rolling. It's also great for follow-up. Summoning this off seals is just busted. Free search for any dragon in the deck, so you can figure out exactly what you need to crack your opponent's board, and then you'll be rolling. I'm currently on the 1 Baldrake and 1 Druis Worm. Not sure about the Baldrake. I might cut him. He's pretty mid, but yeah, he's in there for now. Just as a different name specifically. So other starters, we're on 3 Starliege Seifert. This card is nasty. It can use itself as cost to search for any of your baby dragons. It can also discard other Bestials to search for other Bestials and search 8s and anything. This card is like everything. Foolishing it off of the field spell is great. It's nuts. The 2 babies, for sure. Cycling these search effects to keep your hand size big, and then it's insane. Discard fodder for Dragon Ravine, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, its constant recursion ability is awesome. But definitely what you want to see. Tons of ways to get it, like Seifert, Chaos Space, and then I'm also playing Small World. You'll see that later. Other Chaos style monsters, we got Chaos Emperor Dragon, not the OG but the Pendulum one. Super good in this deck. But you don't need to play it if you don't have a copy of it, but it definitely is crazy. Crazy extender. It also pushes for damage at 3k to the board. Super solid card. Chaos Dragon Legionnaire, super awesome card. Hand looping people, popping boards. It's a great going second card, and also turn 3 or 4, just cracking boards and establishing dominance over the board. So more starters, because sometimes what you'll find is bricking on too many Bestials, so I just wanted to make sure that I had a bunch of ways to get the game going. So yeah, 3 Black Metal Dragon. Once again, you want to see it just as link fodder. Even if you draw the brick, it's still solid to link away, get a dark in the grave for your Bestial plays or other Chaos plays and whatnot. So super solid card. And then the 1 Red MD. That card's crazy. Yeah, I don't have enough to say about it. There's a reason why I'm playing 3 of these to search for this. At worst, this is a Seals Pass, which is basically full combo for this deck. But at best, it's a full extender into some crazy boards. But yeah. Next is the Rocket Engine.
Y'all still play Rockets?
Still playing the Rockets. It's insane. So 2 Tracer, 1 Recharger. I'd like to figure out a way I can get Rocket Caliber in this deck. It being an extra tuner is super helpful, especially when you need to like pop Tracer with its own effect to like avoid certain effects and whatnot. So getting the extra tuner would be solid. I would suggest you play it if you can find it. I gotta find a copy for myself. And then Absorouter. solid for a ravine dump. Also, holding it in the hand is cool because there's a ton of ways to discard and stuff like that. So that's your classic rocket lineup. But like I said, I would suggest adding the rocket caliber. So let's see here. Couple one-ofs. I'm on one Ringo Worm, and then one Assault Synchron. These are like my synchro pushers for sure, aside from the rockets. This card's busted. If I draw it, it's insane to see. I can small world a search for it, and I'm also playing tuning, which you'll see later. This card is searchable off Magnamut. Also, you can send it with Dragon Ravine, get it to the grave by a bunch of different ways, but you can just push your synchro plays. So that's really my target. Some folks are focused on like the Seals Pass. Seals Pass is my backup plan, but it's still like full combo in Dragons. But what I'm really trying to do is synchro for some crazy plays. So
Pause before you go to this next card. That's cope.
This?
That's straight copium.
This? What you mean? What
That's
you mean?
straight copium.
So if there's one card that this deck loses to, it's Droll. So I'm playing the one of Gamma and the driver.
Wait. It is small world search.
Let me cook. So small world, you can search it. You can search it to avoid a Droll. If you draw it, you draw it. Regardless, they're just discards for light and dark to go to the grave.
Cool.
Hey, if you, I will say I won my last game of the tournament just dropping Gamma and he couldn't do anything. So it's still a card, and even if you draw this as a brick, you can still ditch it for certain cards. It's a light target. Like it's still crazy. It's funny when it goes off. Feel bad for the opponent, but yeah, is what it is. I'm playing like a mix of board breakers and hand traps. I'm in 60 cards, man. So, but all of them have some sort of synergy with it. The kaijus are searchable through Small World for any like tower style monsters. So yeah, light and dark each. And then I'm on triple Nibiru. I think this card's super underrated this format. People aren't expecting it as much, so they won't play around it. But yeah, no, definitely a solid card for me.
I think that was really good this format.
It really is. There's so many decks that just can't play around it. But yeah, Nibiru, it's a light, different like levels and typing and attack and defense, so easy small world bridge. Ash Blossom. Ash is just too good this format, I think.
It's always good every format.
It's so versatile. Yeah. So, like literally almost every deck has some card that you can Ash in it, so it's worth the play. So, once again, I'm playing 60 cards, so might as well. Small World. Playing Small World at 3. This card's crazy. Search for any card in your deck, basically. It's nuts. So you can go like any dragon. If you have the one attribute, you just cycle through the different attributes to get to your light one or the dark one, or you can bridge through other various cards, which we talked about earlier. Chaos Space is crazy. This card is like a free draw and a search. Like, can't say enough about this card. That's probably what you'd want to Ash in this deck. But yeah. Other starters. Quick Launch, super crazy card, basically E-Telly for dragons, starts your whole combos off without really committing anything. It's awesome.
Not once per turn?
Not once per turn, so who cares, man? Just summon it, who cares? And then this is kind of spicy, I guess. It's triple tuning on the one Assault Synchron. So the theory is like I can cycle the Assault Synchron back if I'm playing like long-term games. So if I happen to,
yeah, because you could banish it with one of the
yes,
chaos
yeah,
and then
shuffle it back with the Bestial Dispatter, so you can resolve this more than once.
Can
but
you deal with Chaos Space?
no, because I think you can normal summon Assault Synchron, and Chaos Space is only monsters that you cannot normal summon or set.
Okay.
So yeah, not Chaos Space. It's not quite as crazy, but with Brandic Regained, I'm pretty sure You can use that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Brandic Regain, Bisteel Dispatter. So you can resolve this more than once in a game, but even if you see it once, it's a free search for your Assault Synchron, and then a free mill for any of your how many monster cards that you'd love to see in the grave just to start your play. So a bunch of them are just fine as like banish fodder, but like Starleech Seyfert is crazy to mill. Like Ringo Worm is crazy to mill. Abs Router. Even Chaos Space is crazy to mill because of its effect in the grave. But yeah, Tuning definitely is a cool little tech card. So these are the cards that I don't like to see in my hand. I like to search them. These are like one of the reasons why I decided to play 60 cards, because no matter how many cards I felt like I was playing, I was always seeing this way too much. Maybe that's bad luck. But thus the 60 cards, and I think it's just funny to run a 60 card deck. It's neat. A couple other one-ofs: Triple Tactics Thrust and Triple Tactics Talent. Just being able to search any spell is cool. And then the 3 most prominent power cards in the game all in one card sounds like a easy decision for me. But just in case I don't want to draw 2, so I'd rather have 1 and 1. Yeah. Like, I hate seeing 2 of this too. So, Triple Droplet. This is questionable because of Kashtira. My locals doesn't have too many Kashtira players, so it's a pretty safe bet. Fair enough.
You
but
You stop.
you need to leave.
I need that meme. You need to leave.
This, like, in every other deck, is just insane. Like, it's an out to so many things, and we also have like a handful of hero players that run around this shop.
A lot of them.
Yeah, the Dark Angel lock is gnarly. There's so little things that you can do.
But honestly, I feel like you could out it without it seeing the Bestials.
Correct. So there's a lot of ways to get around it, but it's like
just that extra.
it's an extra board breaker to push through. But yeah, I really like
It
it.
kinda helps for,
Like, ain't
for
you like
too,
synchro
right?
spam?
So yeah, you can go first or second with this too, because you can always set it into whatever your opponent's gonna do. So yeah, it's cool. I like it. And then I'm on 1 regained. And I'm actually on 2 of the traps.
I've seen him use 2. That's just not.
It's gnarly because you can get this with this, and then get this with this, and yeah.
The effect of it, the first effect is not a horrible.
Yeah, correct.
It's just
The only once per turn is the equip or putting from graveyard in your spell and trap zone. So, but you can tribute twice with this. But it's when I'm playing 60 cards, like I really do like want to grind through games. I really like to play the game of Yu-Gi-Oh rather than just kind of like build something unstoppable. But I really like the interactions with it, so I'm always going to turn 3, maybe 4, and proccing this. It really is important.
Or you
So
could just play a 45-minute duel. Turn 1.
exactly, yes, he knows too well of our 45-minute duel. Game 1, yeah, is crazy, but that's the main. it's extensive.
Basically just maxing out on everything.
Correct. Like all the good cards that I could possibly think of to put in a deck, it's in here, especially the ones that are dragons. So, going to the extra.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Pretty standard for the most part. Striker Dragon, Guard Dragon Pisty, classic Link 1 plays. Getting able to recur this over and over again with Chaos Space, Brandic Regain, all that kind of stuff. Like it's so nice to get to summon this more than once, as if it weren't on the list.
Yep.
But yeah, Pisty's still good too as your other Link 1 option. Because I'm playing the Synchro variant, I usually go into this more often. But sometimes you can lead with this in case you want to summon the Striker Dragon later in the duel. For Link 2's, Romulus,
Of course.
solid to catch your ravine. Your spheres, I wish I could play more, but the extra deck is a little tight. Plus, I'm playing with a couple cards. I could probably cut one to make for the second seals, but I was testing it out. Last Link 2 is Dark the Dark Charmer. It's too good for Link climbing. So gnarly.
Everybody plays Darks right now, anyways.
Yeah, it's so nice, especially like into Bestials, like summon someone's Magnuma, just like in tier format, and then I get to search for any card in my deck, basically. Link 3's Triple Burst Dragon, solid card, helps with your Pisty plays. But yeah, and then Unicorn. Unicorn is just spot removal. I kind of just wanted it for like the dark line if I needed to out like a certain board. So I definitely don't mind it. I don't think it's... I don't go into it super often, but it's a super nice utility card for sure. I'm on the last Link monster, Borland Dragon.
Hoss.
Yeah, it's a Hoss for sure. Imperm, Reborn, like it's all that you could want out of a boss monster. It's just a little bit more difficult to find and less efficient on resources than some of the synchro plays, I think, honestly. But yeah. Onto the synchros. So this is the card that I was just messing around with. I'm still not sold on it. I haven't summoned it, but in theory, it's a 6 to go into. That's a light that has an effect when it gets sent to the grave. It's this common card from what is it, Syak? Yeah. Golden Cloud Beast Malong Brown. What? Oh god, what? Whoa. Level 8.
Why are you excited, Roscoe?
This is a kid show.
Why'd you get excited?
This is a kid show.
Allegedly. But no, so we're past the 6, on to the 8s. The bread and butter, this card is nutso. In this deck especially, I'm sorry that Super Heavy Samurai couldn't take advantage of this card for longer.
That's tough.
They still can use it, the deck's just garbage. So,
Ooh, that's a bird. He crying in the car.
yeah, crying in the club.
He's gonna cry in the car.
Borreload Savage Dragon. Yeah, I don't go into it too often, honestly. Like I said, I'm mostly going for synchro plays, like the level 10s. But it is an Omni once you get it out. Super nice. I really like how diverse this deck is and the kind of plays that you can make. You can pivot in different ways with what your opponent has for you. So
It seems like it's not very streamlined. You can
correct.
Go different ways with it.
That's really what I like about it. These guys know I don't play the same deck very often. Usually I'll roll a die to see what I want to play that day. But this kind of takes advantage of that and lets me play a bunch of different strategies all in one deck. Another strategy that I don't like to take advantage of is time, but I do like to play the game and grind out, so I do play the Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. It is a level 8 dragon though, so it still comes up. You can use it to summon Lubellion by tributing it. The effect to just destroy monsters still does come up, even not in time. I think it's a good card. I think I would keep it in the main for sure. That's the 8s though, and then finally the power 10s. This card is nutso. You can summon this back off branded regained. It's disgusting, but no, this card is crazy. It's like Red MD on crack. It's amazing.
Have to pick me one up today.
Definitely, it's so good.
It's disgusting, bro. The fact that you can choose to banish from your
Opponent's graveyard, yeah, and it doesn't even have to be monsters that you return back to the deck. It's just any card.
Right? You can either choose to negate or bounce.
Correct. So I get to pick. So yeah, it's crazy. And then obviously with the Bestials, you can feed their Banish Zone or yours, and then obviously just you're playing Chaos.
It's
so
also a beater.
it's great. 35.
That's not nothing
So-
to sneeze at.
Yeah, and so a lot of like control decks are playing Skill Drain. Sure, this is 35 vanilla. Cool, good luck. Speaking of large vanilla monsters under Skill Drain, but also crazy cards, Chaos Angel. This card is disgusting. Making this with the light and dark is so easy in this deck, but even still, like like any Bestial plus a level 4. Like it's just this monster, and regardless, your monsters are always gonna not be able to be destroyed by battle. Yeah, it's insane. But yeah, like I said, even if it gets negated through skill drain, it is what it is. But the banish on summon is crazy as well. Fuels your dispatter lines. It's great. And then last, your bread and butter, level 10. It's Baron. You can't play a synchro deck without playing Baron. I really don't go into it very often, but there are clinch points in the games where this card is an auto win. It's kind of like DPE in a way. Like in a simplified game state, this card is everything. So yeah. The deck is really, the goal is to just spam level 10 synchros. So this is like what you want, but then you have all these other power cards that like it's so many different ways to go about it.
How would you feel about Chaos Ruler coming back?
Sheesh. I mean, y'all don't want to see it. That's what I'll say.
I just want to see how good it would be in this.
Oh, dude, it would be nuts.
Why are you such a parasite to me?
Yeah.
So, what would you call this deck, bro?
It's dragon everything. Dragon pile. Yeah, it's just dragons.
Dragon?
Yeah. Dragon, banish. But yeah, like this. Honestly, this should probably be access code. Honestly, I don't see myself really needing to go into this ever. I just wanted to test it out. But yeah, access code is probably safer. So,
Okay.
do you want the side, man?
Yeah, we can go through it real quick.
Obviously, this depends on your locals. But I'm really, like, my backup plan being Seal's Pass, I'm trying to survive the turn, so I'm focused on, when it comes to going second cards, just getting to my next turn, and then hitting them with the crackback, so obviously Droll and Lockbird is solid. But yeah, in the same vein, on the opposite side of things, Board Breakers, Lightning Storm, and then Dark Ruler.
Okay.
Going second cards, so like it allows me to have more engine in my hand if I just see one like high impact card.
So the target for the thrust.
Correct. So more thrust targets, and that's why they're at 2 rather than 3. I keep the thrust in there. So yeah, you got it. More back row hate, because sometimes back row decks can be a thing in this deck. So Cosmic Cyclone, outing Floodgates is super important. So like Skill Drain you can play under, Tikaboo you can definitely not play under. Gozen is tough to play under. If you like set up first, you can kind of go around it. But yeah, this card, you need to play it for the Floodgates. It's the same thing with the Lightning Storm. That's the thing I fear most when it comes to back row. Same deal, evenly get that back row out of here. This is at 3 because it is so good, so high impact. I think this format, it shines pretty well as well. It's good into cash, good into... There's not a lot of stuff that puts up a trap negate.
I feel like it's kind of tough, especially in the locals now.
Yeah.
I mean, heroes, they'll give you an angel, so that's stab.
Yeah.
Player, like, if even enably is
Correct. So when it's good, but there are obvious like matchups where I'm leaving it in, like in the side and not bringing it, but it's crazy when it goes off. And then finally, Eradicator.
Hey, I'll play that today too.
Yeah. I don't like to play it, but I like to see it resolve for sure. It is what it is. When it comes to your control trap decks, like Labyrinth, all their cards go bye-bye. Strikers. Sky Strikers, what is it strike called? Traps or spells? I don't know, man. I don't know. But this card, like against Cash, you see it like in the finals of a bunch of different like events. Like
it actually won that.
Yeah, this card is crazy. It should be banned. Yeah.
If Konami doesn't
it's
ban
the fact that
it
it checks for the next 3 turns.
If Konami doesn't ban it, I need them to bring back Delicious Memory.
Dude, what's crazy about this is I pulled one of these as a kid, and it was like I think it was a foil printing of it, but like it wasn't a monster. So I was like, I'm gonna throw that shit in the
Damn.
bulk, like. But this card is so good. I wish I could slap my younger self in the face for ruining that card.
I had a DDS boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but no, this card's busted.
I did.
Don't ban it for my sake,
You used to be saying, hey.
but I don't know. You probably should. I don't know. I'll take the L on it. It would be fair if it got banned.
Play it while you can.
Yeah, you got to. All my stuff's darks, so yeah, for the most part.
But thank you.
But
again.
that's the goo.
Thank you again, bro.
Of course.
You already know what it is. Like, subscribe, check the Instagram. We're looking out. Hey, this is the man who actually made our QR code.
That's me.
So
Shout out that boy Matt.
Appreciate
shout out
you.
that boy Matt. So once again, like, subscribe. Make sure y'all go look at everything that we're doing. We're really trying to make something happen out here. But also,
want to drop a comment?
also, make it better do us as well. Make sure you ring that little bell.
Hey,
So y'all get it.
if y'all want to see a IRL progression series,
Ooh.
hit that
Comment,
like
let
button,
us know.
sound off in the
Hey,
comments.
if you want to see Sky Striker versus Epidemic, like it. So you already know what it is. C4, we out.
Jesus. Peace.
I might have got my head blind and said I'm a Super Saiyan, but who was there to claim it? Okay.